So you have an E2 visa, you invested in the United States, you've been here for years, now you want to get a green card. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 ways how you can convert your E2 visa to a green card. Hello everybody and welcome back to our Immigration channel. In this video, I'm going to explain how to convert E2 visa, the investor visa, into a green card in 5 different ways. So let's jump right into it. But before we do that, if you're here for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos, and also give us a big like so YouTube can show this video to more people just like you. Number 1 option is the EB5 category for a green card. This is a green card based on investment, and essentially, to simplify this, there are 2 ways to get an EB5. One is if you invest directly in your own business, it can be in any area, and that investment was increased to $1,800,000. This means you can invest in your own company. You have to show, of course, that the company has at least 10 employees, 10 full-time jobs, it's expanding, it's doing well. The advantage of doing that is that your original investment in the E2 could be counted as part of your global investment in the EB5 if you continue in the future. So for example, let's say you invested $200,000 into your E2 visa. Eventually, when you do the EB5, you're only going to need to invest another $1,600,000 in that business if you're going to go that route. Another way is to invest $900,000 into a targeted employment area or a regional center, which is a government approved program that you can put money there for at least 5 years. They do all the work, the construction, and you remain an inactive partner in this company. And eventually, after 5 to 6 years, you'll be able to get a green card and also your money back. So that's a great option for those people that are currently here on E2. You continue to renew your E2, and at the same time, parallel, you invest in a regional center, and that money that is currently invested in that project will eventually allow you to get a green card, and you will no longer need the E2 visa or even that business that you're currently using for the E2 visa. So EB5 has been one of the most popular ways for our E2 investors to convert their E2 visa into a permanent residency green card. Number 2 is employer-based sponsorship, which means that an employer actually petitions for an applicant to get a green card. The way it really works in E2 visa scenarios, as we've seen with our clients, is really the way it works is that the E2 holder is also married, the spouse has a work permit, the right to work in the United States, and typically the place of employment where the spouse works will petition to sponsor the spouse. This happens a lot with nurses, with other professions. When that happens, during the process, the spouse can actually help the entire family, including the E2 visa holder. This is one of the most common scenarios where we've seen a company-sponsored case converting E2 to a green card. Another scenario, if the person is not married, where they have their E2 visa company, but they are working, providing services to clients. For example, we had a client who was in the automotive business. They had an E2 visa that was selling parts in the automotive industry. And one of their clients, one of the big distributors, they had such a good connection that they decided to sponsor him for a green card, even though he wasn't working for them at the time. Eventually, that sponsorship turned into a green card, and the E2 person converted their company into working for that sponsor, and they got the green card that way. So that's another way where you can convert your E2 from the investor visa to a green card by working with an employer, either through a spouse or through a direct sponsorship. It cannot be done through your own company, it's done through a different company. Number 3 is doing a self-petition under the EB1 category. The EB1 category is reserved for extraordinary ability individuals, specifically people that achieved notability and high acclaim in their field. So a lot of our E2 visa investors already had quite amazing careers before they came to the United States, before they built their businesses. We're able to use some prior achievements. We really have to show that the person has risen to the top of their field. We show this through a high salary, publications, any achievements they've done. Could be done through their current E2 visa business, but also from things that they've done in the past before they came. And we can show direct connection between the actual E2 business, what they've been doing here, what achievements they've made, their skills, their notability, through media, press, things like that. And this way you're able to do that conversion while you're on the E2 visa. You file for the self-petition parallel through the EB1A program, which is reserved for the best of the best. Number 4 is also a self-petition. This is through the EB2 National Interest Waiver. The difference between the EB1A and the National Interest Waiver is that, yes, we still have to show that the person has some extraordinary special skills, but the National Interest Waiver is really focus on the impact that the individual is providing to the United States as a whole. Why it would be in the national interest to waive the requirement of a job offer or sponsorship, because they're doing something unique. So typically we're working with individuals that either have an advanced degree, like a master's plus a few years experience, or a bachelor's and 5 years experience, and they're doing something unique in their field. For example, we had an applicant who was doing an E2, and they had a bakery, and in the bakery they invented a process to create gluten-free bread that was catering and helping a lot of people with the celiac disease. And as a result, his bread was distributed in many stores all over the United States. He was helping a lot of people to lose weight, improve their health, and how he's likely to achieve that success based on his credentials, his skills, and what he was able to achieve in his E2 visa business. So we took all this criteria, we took all the achievements, and we were able to put this together into a package and apply for the national interest waiver self-petition. Again, it's different than EB-1A. EB-1A requires a bit of a higher standard, and they're less focused on the impact of the person currently in the United States. The EB-1A, the EB-2 national interest waiver is more focused on what they're doing right now, what they're likely to achieve, and how they're making an impact. And again, the beautiful thing about the national interest waiver is now they are allowing you to file for premium processing. This was not available before, and now you can do this and get your petition approved in less than 30 days after filing. So it's something to really consider, especially if your business is making an impact, you're doing something amazing. These two self-petitions, EB-1A and EB-2 on the national interest waiver, are amazing opportunities and one of the most common ways how I convert my E2 clients to permanent residency. And finally, number 5, also a common way where an E2 applicant can get a green card is by marrying a US citizen. Yes, it's obvious. Yes, it's clear, but people should know about that as well, because if you're here in E2 and you're dating now a US citizen, if you marry that US citizen, you'll be able to transition from the E2 to a green card because of that marriage. It's going to take about a year or so. In the meantime, you need to maintain your E2 visa until your application is approved, ideally. So there you go. Let's summarize. 5 ways. EB-5 through investment. Number 2, a sponsorship through an employer, either through a spouse or direct sponsorship to you through a different company. Number 3, the EB-1A self-petition. If you're exceptional, you can show it. Number 4, EB-2 national interest waiver, also self-petition. If you're making something interesting, something impactful that can benefit the entire United States, another way to convert. And finally, number 5, marriage to a US citizen. Most obvious, the quickest way to get a green card. Hopefully this information is helpful. If you're on an E2 visa and you need my help, all you have to do is text me here, 619-483-4549. I'm here to help you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.